Hey guys, I am doing something, well, it's not a little different, it's just, it is what it is. I've had a lot of people ask me what kind of a palette I use, both for doing my watercolors, but also what kind of color selection I use. Now, I, for a little while, was using what's called a split primary color palette, and it's very restrictive in terms of the fact that you have to mix all your secondaries, tertiaries, and whatever. It's a great tool for you to use, and I'm going to include a split primary wheel in this. I'm going to do another video though that goes into detail about mixing using split primary, but I'm going to include a small wheel right now, soon, well, whenever. Maybe it's right here. Okay. Maybe it is, I don't know. But I got really greedy with colors, and this is my current palette. Now, what's interesting, I don't know if you can notice, but I mix primarily only up here, and it gives you an idea of which colors I actually use most of the time. And I did organize this really specifically, okay? This is my, yeah, so I organized, this is something that I just wrote off like 6 years ago or whenever I put this together, and I always intended to make a new one, and I'm gonna actually make a new one for this because of this video. I'm gonna make a new piece that can go in here and will identify all the colors. I know explain why. I have a primarily transparent, non-staining color palette. Okay, so this area here is transparent, non-staining. This area here is transparent, non-staining, and granulating. Okay, granulation is when, like you can see it here, ultramarine blue is one of the best granulating pigments. That's a very common, not that expensive pigment, but you can see it sediments. Okay, so it granulates and it sediments. That way I know when I'm using these guys that I'm not gonna necessarily get a super smooth, transparent wash, that it's gonna granulate, that the pigments will settle into the grooves of the paper. Down here is transparent and staining. So this whole area is transparent and staining. And that goes right across to here and stops here. I've even put marks on here. If you're gonna be serious about your painting and be serious about your paints, start to learn to look for and identify your color index numbers. Okay, and that's the pigment that's in it. I'm gonna link another video that I did. I'm gonna link it to this one because I talk all about that, and it's really important. It sounds boring and chemistry-ish, but it's really interesting to know. It's really good to know, and that way you know exactly what pigments you're buying, regardless of what the manufacturer has called the paint. Okay, so I'm gonna link that video. It should be linked up right now. Anyways, okay, so I went off on a little bit of a tangent there, like I do. So that's opera, and then over here we've got, this is staining and granulating, and these are staining and granulating, and these are semi-opaque non-granulating, these are semi-opaque granulating, and these are white or blackened, okay? This is Naples Yellow. I don't know if you realize this. I used to use Naples Yellow a lot until I found out it's actually got white in it. I didn't realize it. It's how you can get that beautiful kind of pastel-y look with Naples Yellow. It's got a little bit of white in it. And you know how I learned? I figured it out from looking on the pigment, on the label to the pigment. Okay, so this is my palette. This is this was actually a no-name knockoff palette that we had at work that I bought, and it was super cheap. But you can get this type of palette in a John Pike palette or a Tom Lynch palette. There's a Quiller palette. I wanted all of these colors, and I've even got colors in the corners. Like this is Pyro Red, which I didn't fit in. I might actually kick out one of these guys, and nah, I probably won't. See, this is what happens. I love all the colors, and I want all the colors, even if I don't use all the colors all the time. See, I've got Pyro Red in here, and then this is Sepia. And what the hell is this? This is Cadmium Red. I took out all cadmiums out of my palette, and then I wanted to put Cadmium Red back in. Pyro Red is pretty good, actually. I might scrape off the cadmium later. But the Sepia is good to have. I really love Davies Gray. Okay, I'm getting off on a tangent here. Okay, so I'm gonna include a nice, clean, very well, easily readable view of this. Okay, I'm gonna scan it and I'm gonna include it in the video. I wanna help you paint. I wanna help you get creative. It's important. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.